Hello React Native developers, I hope you are well. William here, recording from beautiful Zurich, Switzerland. Someone asked on Reddit how to build such a wave animation, and while I am quite acquainted on how to animate such a curve, I am not so familiar with how to find the parameters to build such a curve. So I thought we might do it together. We're going to display our origin, destination points, and control points, and then we're going to create an animation value that goes from 0 to 1 and try to see by parameterizing these different points if we can find something that looks similar to the animation. I hope that sounds good. Let's have a look. Before we jump into the code, Bézier Curves are an incredibly powerful mathematical tool that is extremely useful in the field of gestures and animations, and I have a couple of interesting videos on this topic at my online course at startreactnative.dev. My goal with this course is to provide you all the tools and knowledge necessary in order to build delightful user interactions that will run at 60 FPS with React Native. So if you're interested to learn the fundamentals, I hope that you will check it out at startreactnative.dev. So here we have our component, and I'm going to create a container, and we're going to have our SVG. So we're going to animate an SVG path. So we're going to create an SVG container. So let me just do here flex one, and maybe you can center the SVG. So justify content, center, align items, center, and we need to decide on a size. So maybe I'm going to do size equals dimensions get window dot width. So here we're going to have this timeline. You see how smart it is? This is pretty crazy. So the completion, I mean, it's insane. And here for viewbox, so we want to find the parameters of our curve. And to keep it simple, I'm going to do a viewbox of size 1. So we would have viewbox 0, 0, and width 1, height 1. So it's a square of size 1. So it's going to be easy to make the parameters. And we have an animated path. So let me import this guy here. So we need to import SVG. And then we're going to have animated path equals animated. You see, I mean, this plugin is very, very smart. So animated from reanimated, path from SVG. Oops. So we're gonna have our animated path here. And so animated props. So we're gonna create a path. And so let me think. We want also to display the points. So we have the origin point, the destination point, control point number 1, control point number 2. So I'm going to create an animated circle. And so we're going to have so this one is going to be the origin. We have the destination, and we have control point 1, control point 2. We need to add, so we're going to add some colors. For origin destination, maybe I use blue. And for the control points, I can use red. So we just want to use this as to debug. Now let's create our values. So I'm gonna create, how are we gonna call it? Points or data. Data equals use derived value. And right now we are just gonna return some static data. So something like this. So we would have from So x equals 0, y equals 0, 2, x equals 1, y equals 1, and control point 1 and 2. I don't know. Here maybe 0, 25, 0, 5, and here something like 0, 75, 0, 5. I have no idea. I'm just putting some random values, but we can now create the path and all the other parameters. So path would be use animated props of, okay. And so we need to return a d value. So that would be d equals, so we move from the origin. So it would be from dot, so data, okay. Let's create p equals data.value. Now we can extract. So from C1, C2, 2 from data.value. And we return D. So the D attribute. So we move at the from. So from.x, from.y, and then we curve. So control point 1 dot x, control point 1 dot y, control point 1, control point 2 dot x, control point 2 dot y, and the destination 2 dot x, 2 dot y, and then we need to close, so to do a line that goes to the bottom right corner, so at 1, 1, and then we close, or we go to the and then we go to the bottom left, so 0, 1, and then we close. So this should be good. We can add some fill here. I think I have style guide dot palette dot primary. I mean, let's have a look just at this one for now. I mean, okay, whatever. We will modify these parameters, right? But just exactly so we can find the right parameters. Now let's do from, to, and so let me do, like, for instance, from. So we extract x, y from data value dot from, and we return cx equals x, cy equals y. And we're gonna need also to, okay, let me do it for every values. And C1, C2. C1, C2. Okay. And we need to add some radius here. So maybe, yeah, looks good actually. So we have our points. All right. Now let's create an animation value that is gonna drive these parameters. And so here I'm gonna do progress equals use shared value. And here I would be to have the animation value, there's something I would like to do, but I'm gonna do something a bit less elegant, which is use effect and start the animation when the component mounts. But we can do potentially something way more elegant. But just to go quick, I'm gonna do progress.value equals repeat of with timing to, so we go from 0 to 1. Maybe I add some duration of 1 second. We want to loop indefinitely -1, and we want to reverse the animation on the next iteration. So to go from 0 to 1 and then 1 to 0. So let me okay. So now we have an animation value, which we can use to drive these parameters. So here I can add also some easing, in, out. Okay. So we have this animation value which we can use to animate. So maybe we want here on progress.value, so x goes from 0 to, I don't know, -1 maybe. And here y goes from 0 to 0.3. I'm just putting some random values and we see. So let's see if it animates already. Yeah, why not? I mean, and then 2 we go from 1 to 2, and so here we would go from 1 to 0.7. Doesn't look. Yeah, I mean, actually it doesn't, I don't like actually the, yeah, I mean, whatever, yeah. That actually kind of looks a little bit like the, now I'm wondering here, instead of going to, it goes 0.05. So when it's in -1, I guess here I'm almost tempted here to do 1 and here to do 0. Yeah, I mean, why not? And here also one thing that bugs me is how I wouldn't do 0 here, I would do -0.1. And here I wouldn't do 1, I would do 1.1. But there are some good ideas, and now let's see the control points. So we can animate X to go from maybe 0.5 to 0, and here from 0.5 to 1. Let's see. Do I have C1, C2, C1, C8? Okay. No, from 0. What did I do? From 0.5 to 1. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. Not very good, but maybe here we go from 0 to 0.5, and here from 1 to 0.5. Yeah, I think actually that doesn't look too bad. Oh, doesn't look too bad. It's a bit It's a bit too strong here. So it goes from y is at 1. 0 here, I wouldn't go to 0, I would go to 0, 3. And I guess same here. I wouldn't go to 1, I would go to 0, 7. And these go to I as well, so here also I would do 0, 7. And here I wouldn't do 0, I would also do 0, 3. Yeah, I mean, and so one thing I can do now is to remove these debug points. And we can actually even so we can change size to be, so let me remove this one. We can make it -64. I can create, now we can use a mask. So background color, black, and so we can use a masked view here, and we can make our mask element to be a circle. So mask element is a view, so we need some background color. Here we're gonna put black, so we just need all non-transparent pixels. Width is size, height is size, border radius is size divided by 2, and we need here I can add also some background color. Which we can probably pick from here. Let's have a look. So it looks fun. I think we can also, so let me take this color here. Should we take maybe okay, a lighter version of it and do a second path? And do this. Oops. And so this would be path 1. So here we can copy path 1. And here what we can do, I mean, we can factorize this, but to go fast, I can just do -1 progress value. 1 minus progress value everywhere. Something like this. It's a bit straight, huh? It shouldn't go so straight. But here we can really play with the parameters.
A few moments later.
Alright, so after a bit of tweaking, this is what I have. I think it doesn't look too bad, but let me know what you guys think. Do you have tips also on how to find these parameters? Should we do it in Figma first, try to draw a couple of curves, and then from there interpolate the parameters instead of just trying to visually do something that makes sense? How do you guys configure your Bézier curves? I can only tell you once you have the parameters how to animate them nicely, but I'm not sure how to parameterize them. So I would be very curious to see your feedback. I hope you enjoyed this demo. I'm really looking forward to talk to you soon. And in the meantime, happy hacking.